Okay, let's take a look now at chemistry. This is part 2 of our Science 10 review and exam prep. Some very basics you should know about the structure of the atom and what makes up the atom as far as its subatomic particles, that just being the protons, neutrons, and electrons. Structure of the atom. You should know how to make ions, so plus or minus electrons. Okay, if we add or subtract electrons, that takes an atom and converts it into an ion. Okay, so an ion has a charge to it, and that's caused by the gain or loss of electrons. You should know how to name compounds. So naming compounds. And also go from the name to the chemical formula. So back and forth on those for all the ionic, the polyatomic, and the molecular. Okay. On the test, I will give you the prefixes. We'll give you the mono, di, tri, and so on, right down to deca. Okay, so you'll have that on your periodic table off to the side. Yeah, and I will be giving you a periodic table. It'll have all the ionic charges on them. And just be careful with that table that I give you because it has the name ending already changed. So for example, for chlorine, underneath it's going to say chloride. So that ending has already been changed as though it was an ion. Okay, so just be aware of that part. From here, of course, we need to balance equations, balance chemical equations. From that, we should also be able to identify types of equations. Identify types of equations. And also then make predictions. Predicting products. Okay, so that's when you have a reactant A and you've got some reactant B, and then maybe it's a synthesis reaction, and you know that's going to form AB. And then once you have this prediction, then of course it usually leads to having to balance it and all those neat things. Okay, so then we moved on to pH. And you should be able to know the pH scale. 1, 7, and 14 are my basic anchors that you should know. And we should know that down here is a strong acid, and then this is a strong base, and this is neutral. And you can remember it's neutral because water is neutral, and the formula for water is HOH. It is both an acid because it starts with H, and it is base as well because it ends in OH. So you have to know how to identify through the look of a chemical formula what's an acid and what's a base. Kind of like H2SO4, you know that this is an acid and it's sulfuric acid, and you should know this is an acid because it starts with H. If I had a base, it might be sodium hydroxide. Look for this OH. Okay, so that will be a base. When we add an acid and a base, one of the products is going to be water, and the other is going to be salt. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The types of reactions. You should know, of course, your types of reactions. The first one we looked at was synthesis. And you need to know these in order to make these predictions. So this is This is a given here. You need to know this. Synthesis, decomposition, single displacement, I'll just go SD, double displacement, combustion, and neutralization reaction, or we call it acid-base reaction as well, acid-base. Okay, so be aware of those types. Yeah, and that's I think about it. And I'm going to go back and take a look and see if we need to add to any of this, but that looks to me like it covers everything that we've got going on for chemistry. Okay. All right, so again, what I would do as a recommendation is review your unit review sheets. Redo your worksheets. Most of them had answer keys with them, so you should be able to check your own work there. Recopy notes and compile everything, of course, into an organized set of notes for chemistry. Okay, good luck.